Oh hell, since we're having such fun with this, let's call this We Told You So episode 151. First, so it doesn't get buried, I'm issuing a correction. Yesterday I made a video saying that Jimmy Kimmel had filed a $1 billion lawsuit against Disney. And people are saying, I can't find a source for that. And there's a reason why in that video I said it's being reported, because I couldn't find a source for it either. However, I mistakenly took the word from many larger creators on here who were reporting the exact same thing. People who are very reputable and very rarely get it wrong. But as of this morning, that is still unconfirmed. And while a lot of these things tend to start accidentally by people taking places that are satire, like the halfway post on Twitter, and thinking it's news, I think this may have partially stemmed from Politico's article that they recently made saying that Jimmy Kimmel would have strong odds taking this case to the Supreme Court. Because even via the Supreme Court's own ruling, this is an infraction of free speech. Remember when the Supreme Court dismissed the COVID social media suit against the Biden administration? It was because they could not find any federal government suppression linked to the free speech. But here we directly have the federal government, Trump, and the FCC putting pressure on Disney to cancel Kimmel's show. All while Trump said that Brendan Carr was a warrior for free speech back in January. Even though when Brendan Carr wrote the FCC chapter on Project 2025, he said the FCC should promote freedom of speech. Yeah, for whom? But after he got Kimmel shut down, Carr said, "We're not done yet" in their crackdown on free speech. Because in writing that Project 2025 chapter on the FCC, Brendan Carr's entire agenda was to censor Trump's critics. And just as a little side note here, because it doesn't deserve any more than that, the Republicans in the Senate are moving to make Charlie Kirk's birthday a national holiday of remembrance. Which this is going to backfire just as much as them trying to declare Donald Trump's birthday a national holiday. People will celebrate that holiday by taking a shit on the sidewalk. And a lot of people lately have been talking about the supposed text messages that the FBI released between Tyler Robinson and one of his friends that they say is totally, really, actually him, when it has completely not been lost on people that a 22-year-old person who's chronically on 4chan does not talk like that. But I'll let Andrew say it best, along with someone who was in his comments who pointed it out perfectly.
This shit is so fake. It's not just unbelievable, it's actually embarrassing. What this is the best they could do? I want us to believe that a chronically online Gen Zer texting another chronically online Gen Zer used words like vehicle, retrieve, interrogated, drop point, squad car. They have him saying, "I'd hope to take the secret to my grave," and then penning not one, but two confessions. They even paid a compliment to Donald Trump. They couldn't goddamn help themselves.
It never ceases to amaze me how the Republicans think the entire population is fucking stupid. So once again, just like all of us said before the contest in November, this new regime is planning to crack down on free speech and suppress anything they don't want you to see or hear. The Republicans for decades have been claiming that they are all for small government, yet they want the entire government to ban women's health care, and they are having the federal government and the whiny little bitch president get TV shows canceled who make fun of him. Thin-skinned authoritarian projection of the 47th kind. But thankfully, in the meantime, even if Jimmy Kimmel doesn't decide to file that lawsuit, which he totally should, I have lost count of the number of people in my comments and on other social media who have said that they have just canceled their Hulu and their Disney Plus accounts. People are giving a big middle finger to Disney, and all they care about is money anyway. And even some Republicans are realizing that this will affect them too. This is not just a suppressing Democrats and left-leaning people thing. Because hell has officially frozen over when we find ourselves agreeing with Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson recently called out Trump's own people, accusing them of using Kirk's death as a pretext to abolish the First Amendment, round up Americans, and Nazify the country. And when Tucker Carlson says that, you know we're in an episode of The Twilight Zone.